Guys, welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for May 1st, 2023. I forget, it's May now. It's the first of
It's
the month.
gonna be
It's not April
May.
anymore. It's gonna be May. Guys, this is the Monday Night Raw post show for you right here on OTB. The second night of the WWE Draft. The WWE Draft is officially concluded. It is over. And we just got done watching Raw Talk where more draft picks were announced. We will be able to go through all of that and the rest of these 6 rounds of the WWE Draft, along with whatever happened on Monday Night Raw from tonight. I got my guy TJ with me tonight. How are you feeling tonight after Monday Night Raw? I know it's 3 hours. I know we're tired. We're gonna get through this. How you feeling though after everything that happened? The WWE Draft is officially over.
Man, I am feeling good. Especially especially as a SmackDown fan, I'm really feeling good. But
Yeah.
I'll say this. I loved this year's draft. It's just something about it felt different than the previous drafts. I don't know if it's just because Triple H was in charge or if it's because they had different presenters coming out, but it just felt different this year, and I really loved it. And I can't wait for us to break it all down.
I somewhat agree with you. The presentation of it when it comes to the different presenters of each draft pick was kind of cool instead of doing, the normal like general manager type of feel or whatever. But the presentation is always something that I'm still going to struggle with when it comes to this when it comes to the product of all of it, because it's legitimately just them announcing things. There's nothing like really, too groundbreaking about it. Um I understand where people are coming from, where it's like, oh yeah, that I mean, people are just gonna go from Raw and go to SmackDown, and it's not really gonna care. No, it's not really gonna matter in like the next 3 weeks or whatever. But I hope that doesn't actually happen. I hope we actually do stick around with these rosters, because these rosters that we got here for Raw and SmackDown aren't bad. Like, not bad at all. SmackDown is looking absolutely fantastic, and Raw, I mean, Raw got some things to look forward to as well. I just hope that we actually can stick with these rosters moving forward and actually figure out what we can do with these championships and how things are going to go about it, because the tag team titles are still unified. That's going
Mm.
to be a freaking problem. And now the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships are going to be on Monday Night Raw. The winners of that tag team title match tomorrow on NXT are drafted to Raw. Whoever wins that is going to have the NXT tag team titles to Raw. So that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, that's really fucking
There's
wild.
going to be some stuff that we still need to figure out, but overall, it wasn't that bad of an experience. I just wish there's a little bit more of a presentation type feel.
Oh, for sure. Like, I get that it's more efficient to lay it out like this, but like, there's sometimes like I do miss that old school stuff where all the faces flash, and you're like, I don't know who's gonna get drafted, but
The
like,
old school,
besides
like,
the
the random
yeah,
generator one, yeah.
yeah. So if they can find a way to like incorporate something like that, I don't know, just like make it different, make it feel more meaningful than just a regular. Oh, hey, we're taking this person. Cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this person. Yeah.
But regardless, guys, we are going to break down everything when it comes to the WWE draft tonight. This is the final day of the WWE draft, so there's not going to be any more drafting after this. I can't wait to get my own office, I swear. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be breaking down everything when it comes to the rosters. We're gonna be breaking down everything when it comes to the show tonight. Not really much happened on the actual show, to me. Um, I mean, yeah, sure, the matches took place and everything like that, but they really like a lot of it's not gonna be important up until after Backlash. So tonight's Monday Night Raw, it was mainly just a draft for me. and trying to figure out where these people are going to go. And that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I mean, we'll figure things out as we go along. But guys, follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below for everybody that is associated with OTB. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at PhillyMatt_TJ. From what I understand, I think everything for him is TJ Gatsby, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just basically my
Yeah.
username TJAYGATSBY. Because even
So
my
there you
link tree
go.
takes us to all the main event player stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Are you playing some GTA? I heard the phone ring.
Yes, I am. Trying to collect some of this damn money because I got back on and they were like, "Oh, here's 800,000," and then I immediately spent it all. So now I gotta get it back up.
There you go. I heard that phone ring, that iconic GTA Online phone, and they're like, "Yep, this guy's online." Um, but guys, make sure to do everything when it comes to our social medias. Follow all of us there. Go down to the link in the description as well and go get the merchandise. Myself, Lofts merch, and the OTB merch is down in the description below. You guys can go get that at Teespring. For my side of things, you guys can use the code RedRaven20 and get $20 20% off your order. Loft is just I believe it's just Loft Not Famous for his code, but I mean, if you go to his Teespring page, you'll be able to find the code. It's right up there on top. And then OTB has a discount code as well. So go get yourself some merch today. You can even get this for the brand iPhone case that I got not too long ago. And it's tough, it's sturdy, it's durable. Go get it today at the OTB merch store. And yeah, want to give a special shout out to our sponsor before we get really into the thick of things, as we have Teespring, not Teespring. Teespring's our official merchandise store. Our official partner and sponsor of the channel is, of course, SeatGeek. SeatGeek, an official partner here on the channel for quite some time now, and you guys can use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase when using SeatGeek. You guys know you're getting the best deal when you use SeatGeek based on their ticketing prices and the charts that they go by. Green means good, red means a bad deal, and you're always going to get the best deal when you're using SeatGeek. And get $20 off your first purchase when you use the code OTB at checkout, and you're going to save yourself some more money. So, do that. SeatGeek. It's right on your right on your phone. Go to the App Store. Go to the Google Play Store. OTB at checkout. $20 off. It's a great deal.
Doesn't get any better than that, people. Like, come on, save yourselves the money. You know you want to.
I mean, plus the food and the drinks when you're at an event is going to cost you just $20 anyway, plus more. So you guys can definitely save up when it comes to that. But guys, we're going to be getting right into it here. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into the thick of things when it comes to Monday Night Raw. We kicked off Monday Night Raw with Triple H, and he was about to announce the first round of the WWE Draft here in Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah, the crowd gets a little bit crazy once Triple H is talking about Roman. They were booing him out of the building. Not Triple H, Roman.
Mm.
But he was basically saying that whoever really gets drafted tonight and whoever got drafted on Friday is basically exclusive to Monday Night Raw and will be eligible for the tournament that will take place for the World's Heavyweight Championship. So there is going to be a tournament, and the finals will take place at Night of Champions. I'm so glad that they're actually doing a tournament. Thank God, because I mean that honestly just made the most sense to do a tournament. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about everything when it comes to that, man? I mean, the new World Heavyweight Champions here on Raw, and it's here to stay.
I love the fact that they're doing a tournament because it will give us a chance to showcase these new talent that are now on Monday Night Raw. You know, some of the names that I can see in there are a Johnny Gargano, maybe even a Bronson Reed, because he's most likely losing at Backlash because Theory's taking a U.S. title with him.
Yeah,
I already said Johnny Gargano. Who else? Seth Rollins for sure. Finn Balor. Shinsuke. I would have to go on Shinsuke. If it were up to me, the finals I would either have it be Balor and Rollins running it back like they did SummerSlam 16, or if Rollins isn't in it, Balor and Shinsuke, and I would have Shinsuke win it. I really want to see Shinsuke be a world champion.
yeah. With this new World Heavyweight Championship, I think there's more of a chance that Shinsuke could be a possible world champion within the company. I mean, the fact of the matter, like the fact that he actually has not been a world champion in the company since his, call up from NXT is still crazy to me. But um but, it is what it is, and we're gonna get a lot of new faces for this tournament. I really am looking forward to it, and the finals happens at Night of Champions. I still think it is gonna be Cody versus Seth, and hopefully Cody loses. That way, there's that adversity factor again, so that he can get
Yeah.
into Money in the Bank. But
So, how
but either
many?
way, it's gonna be
Let
fine.
me see. Monday would be May 8th, and then the finals will be on the 27th. That's about 19 days, which is about 3 Mondays, three
Yeah,
Mondays, I think.
we're probably gonna
So
have like an 8-person tournament.
yeah, but I say
That's my guess.
it'd have to be a best of 8,
That's
and
my
then
bet.
do two
That's my
matches a
best
night,
guess.
and then yeah, that's the only way I can see it happening. And then
We're
have
probably we're
the
probably not even gonna have
semifinals
qualifying matches. They're just gonna announce these people
straight up.
in the
Yeah,
tournament and then say, "All right, 2 matches per week, finals clash."
yeah. Because
So we'll
then
figure it out.
worst case
We'll figure out
scenario,
who's in the
have the
tournament.
semifinals at the beginning of the pay per view, and then the finals later that night.
That's what I hope it is. That's what I hope it is. Um,
I miss when they
just to
used to
give
do
it
that
at
too,
least some
because
sort of
it'd make it so much more like, ooh, they're both worn out and tired and damaged. Who's less damaged though?
who's really gonna want that world heavyweight championship type feel.
Mm,
Yes, 100%. So we'll figure out everything when it comes to that tournament will most likely be determined next week on Monday Night Raw, um when the draft rosters
Tony
are
Snacks.
in effect. So we'll
I'm
keep you
having
guys
snacks in
updated
here.
on that, or if it does get somehow announced before then, we will keep you guys posted and updated right here on OTB. But we did get our first announced round for the WWE Draft here tonight on Raw. The first announced draft pick, the number one overall pick for Monday Night Raw, was the SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. Now, that made sense considering Bianca was drafted to SmackDown as the Raw Women's Champion. We are easily up. Um, I mean, it just made the most sense in order to do that. Um,
Yeah,
but I still hate the title swap, but I mean they were gonna do it regardless. Um, so first draft pick Rhea Ripley. Not too shocked there.
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
And yeah, like you said, title swap is it's so stupid to me. Because even if Rhea loses, I mean, not Rhea, even if Bianca loses, Io's on SmackDown also. So
yeah. No, I guarantee you what they're probably gonna do is they're probably gonna do something on Friday Night SmackDown on Friday. They're probably gonna do the whole thing of the title swap there. That way it just changes like, oh yeah, they're fighting for the SmackDown Women's Championship now. That way they're actually both on SmackDown. And then the Raw Women's Championship, they're both on Monday Night Raw, so they're gonna have to go for that one now. They're probably gonna do something for that because you can't just you can't have them fight for the SmackDown Women's Championship when they're both on Raw, you know? So something
right,
has to happen on SmackDown on Friday.
unless they
At
go the
least that's
route that Weaver suggested, which is just swap it off camera and just don't even acknowledge it.
they're going to acknowledge the fact that they've done that. They're
They're
going
gonna
to
make a
make
big
that
ass deal
segment.
out of it. The champions are swapping the titles. The talk
They're
on
going to make that a segment. I mean, come on now. And the whole point of everything was that, like, oh yeah, we could possibly even see a Rhea versus Bianca thing at some point. So I mean, they've been teasing that since like November, since War Games last year.
yeah.
So I mean, something's happening. But we'll see when it comes to that. SmackDown then drafted Austin Theory, which made sense because Gunther went to Monday Night Raw with the IC title, so the US title goes to SmackDown. Perfectly fine with this, and honestly, I think Austin Theory to SmackDown was the correct choice all along. So I'm cool with this.
I'll say it's gonna be a good fit for him for sure, but I'm a little salty because for a hot minute, all of the way were on Raw,
Yeah,
and I had a little hope. I was like, well, you know, Bronson Reed will get drafted to SmackDown, and then will beat Theory for the title, and then Theory would be in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, but you know
yeah.
things happen how they did.
So Austin Theory goes to Friday Night SmackDown, the next Monday Night Raw pick, which was easily going to happen. I wanted this man to be on SmackDown, but of course they needed somebody to really anchor that World Heavyweight Championship division. Seth frickin' Rollins is on Monday Night Raw. Made sense. I mean, I wanted him on SmackDown, but I mean, of course, I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. Also, it was funny. We'll get into it though, but real quick, just how Paul Heyman started talking shit about the man. I was like, God damn, Paul.
Yeah, when he kept saying frickin', 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 I'm like, all right, Seth, come on out. That's the whole thing of him saying frickin' is like, oh yeah, Seth is coming out. So I'm like, all right, come on, we'll sing your song. And then the final selection for Friday Night SmackDown, and the final selection of this round was Charlotte Flair. I'm like, okay, yep. I mean, that just sure.
Mm, mm.
So Charlotte to SmackDown, not shocked whatsoever, but okay. Um, the overall star power of the first round, great, great first round for Monday Night Raw and for Friday Night SmackDown. That's fine. That's great. As we got through the rest of the rounds, though, it did kind of get a little bit like, oh yeah, all right, now we're kind of scraping the barrel here, but it's okay. We'll be good. But overall first round, not too bad. Not too
Not at
bad. And
all.
honestly, very good placement for these superstars as we head to the draft. Head to next week's shows where the drafts will take an effect. We then had Paul Heyman come out where Triple H is introducing the Wise Man to the Tribal Chief and everything like that. He showed him the new World Heavyweight Championship. Said that he was impressed, and people say people say that I'm the wise man. And, I was like, okay, Paul, there you go. Just go to the ring and talk your talk. Heyman goes, he gets into the ring, and the crowd loudly boos at him. Heyman introduces himself and serves as a special counsel to the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Tribal Chief has asked him to address a number of business items to the entire WWE universe to reveal in his wisdom. Item number 1, Roman, Solo, and Paul Heyman were all drafted to Friday Night SmackDown. This leaves tonight to determine the fate of the Usos. The Usos did not win their tag team title match on Friday against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but they will address that in private matters tonight, and the Usos will address their problem on Saturday in Puerto Rico when they team with Solo Sikoa to take on Sammy, KO, and Matt Riddle. These items will not be only addressed by your wise man tonight, but this week, from this Friday Night SmackDown, the Tribal Chief will take care of business items as well. One of them is a bit of a preview. Is that hunk of beautiful gold up there on that podium right there. Wouldn't it be so sweet to see the tribal chief Roman Reigns hold that championship around his waist? The crowd fucking booed. They're like, no, get the fuck out of here. Don't even put that into existence. Roman does not need 3 titles around his waist. Get that out of your mind right now. And they're like, yeah, no. We'll put that in your heads. We'll put that in your heads. I can't hear you.
Trying to kill me outside the clubhouse.
You're muted.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know me. I'm a Roman fan. As soon as Paul said that, my first thought was, "Don't you fucking dare! Do not! Don't you fucking do it!" I was like, "No,
So
no!"
even you were against it. Okay. At least you were
Yes.
against it.
Oh yeah, it was.
I mean,
was like,
WWE would do that sort of thing, though. They would definitely do that sort of thing. And I'm like,
I feel like
no.
that was their way of teasing us, because like, they see all the memes and shit. So I feel like that was their way of saying, let's fuck with the fans a bit. Paul, go talk about it.
I'm surprised they didn't show the picture on the Titantron. I'm surprised.
Man, if I was Paul Heyman, I would have done it. I'd be like, just look
I
at
would
what
have
I had our
gotten that
WWE
picture and
creative
say, hey,
department do.
put this on display when I talk about it tonight. You put this on
Exactly.
there.
Oh god, that would have been perfect.
So he said that we're almost at 1,000 days of this historic title reign. Talk about being undisputed. Not 1, not 2, but 3 world championships. If you create a championship, Reigns will take that into the main event. Reigns will take that title to the main event of WrestleMania. Reigns will not compete for that title because he is not on Monday Night Raw. The worst part about that is how the children in the locker room that think that they are men are flapping their gums about Reigns. These are the people that should know better. These are the men that need to be acting like men. They are freaking jokers. They are freaking clowns. And then the Burn It Down came on, and Seth freaking Rollins shows up on Raw.
I was like, shit's about to
So,
happen. Let's go.
Yeah. And you know how Paul Heyman always like goes in like a freaking statue like pose? He's like, yep, nope. If I stand still, they don't see me. That's what he was doing tonight.
It's like, nah, Paul, you're gonna die. You shouldn't have talked shit.
So the crowd is absolutely huge for Seth Rollins. They dance, they they basically sing his song. The crowd continues to sing his song as he's in the ring, going face to face with Heyman. Today should be like Christmas. Reigns has been drafted to SmackDown while Rollins is still on his show, Monday Night Rollins. Reigns doesn't have to run from him anymore. As for Heyman, he doesn't have to waste all of the energy pulling strings backstage to make sure that he doesn't have to face him in a championship match again. Heyman can use that extra energy to make sure that the bloodline does not implode right in his face. Or what he said, go poof in his face. Basically imploding. Which it basically already is, and I do not want to be the Usos going to Friday Night SmackDown this Friday when Roman's going to be there. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
He's going to kill somebody. He is going to kill someone. He is going to quite literally commit murder, and we're going to all witness it and be like, ha 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 ha. But also, oh my god.
I love the layers of the story, honestly. So, I'm fine with it. It's just that I don't want to legitimately see, somebody
A murder. Yeah.
die on television. Even though technically we already did when Pretty Deadly, croaked and then got resurrected tonight in the draft. So who knows? Who knows what happens? But But yeah, we'll see. Um, Rollins says that Heyman is a spoiler type of guy. Rollins says that he loves a good spoiler every now and then. So at Night of Champions, Rollins will win that new World's Heavyweight Championship. The entire world is finally going to see a real champion and what one looks like. Heyman takes his phone out and he takes a call. Who was the Tribal Chief? Rollins says to think it's going to be a little bit hard to take a phone call when the entire arena is singing his song and the crowd sings loudly, may I add. And Heyman is literally shouting, saying that he could not hear his tribal chief. This I found very funny because Paul Heyman is a very good comedian when it's all said and done. Like, he is just great at what he does. I can't hear you.
I just
There you go.
what kind? I can't even put into words. First of all, no, I can't. I can't. I can't.
What?
I'll just keep thinking about it, and it's just I keep
What?
thinking.
The only ways that the only way Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman actually talk are through cell phone
Yeah,
conversations?
it's it's just, and also I don't know if you hear it or not, but like every time like Paul starts to get more and more scared, it sounds like they're pumping in a little bit of to make it sound like Roman's yelling through the phone.
Oh yeah, yeah. They always pump that. There's always pumped up crowd noises or whatever kind of effect just to make it seem something's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because
So
we're out of the Thunderdome does not mean that they don't pump in crowd noise or whatever they do. Like, they still definitely do that.
mm,
um so Heyman approaches Rollins and says that he is pissing off his tribal chief, and Rollins is like, "Oh, am I now? Okay, well, how about this? Texas, how long is it going to take for me to put Heyman down on this canvas and stomp his big bald head into the mat? Is it going to take 5 seconds? No. Is it going to take 4 seconds? No. 3? No. 2? No. And then Solo's music hits. And I'm like, yep, yeah. He's gonna die. Solo angrily makes his way to the ring. Heyman holds Solo back, and Heyman says that Reigns told him that all the strings are being pulled tonight. When we get back from a commercial break, the following match will be confirmed for Fort Worth, Texas. Rollins will take on the Enforcers, Solo Sikoa. And Rollins is like, listen, we don't have to wait until after commercial, man. If you want to face me tonight, if you want a fight is what you're going to get. You are on. So in the main event, Seth Rollins versus Solo Sikoa. There you go. A very good starting segment, I might say. Mainly because of the fact that it basically teased that Rollins is the odds-on favorite to win this World Heavyweight Championship, and Solo Sikoa, I'm not gonna get mad at a Solo Sikoa match because I love that man and he is fantastic at what he does. And you're muted.
I can't think of the words right now. I'll swing back to it. It was I thought something, but I can't think of the words I was trying to say. Fuck. Do you, does it ever seem like Solo is getting just a little tired of Heyman also?
I mean, he's tired of him being held back. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I noticed tonight. I was like, Solo looks like he's
he
tired of everyone.
he's supposed to be the enforcer of the bloodline. Let him fucking enforce. Let
Hmm.
him fucking cook. Please do something. Um, I I can see that. I can. Um, I see. I love that Solo being a part of the bloodline makes sense. You know, it makes sense because obviously he's a part of the family and everything like that. But part of me also wonders what it would have been like just to have him legitimately be Solo on his own. Like legitimately on his own, like he was in NXT, being the street champion, like he was in NXT, just a fucking badass. Like I love that he's a part of the bloodline. That's cool. Him being a part of the bloodline made sense. Especially when they introduced him because the Usos could not be there. But if he was actually Solo, who knows what he could be doing right now? There's always that little thing in the back of my head that thought that.
I feel like if they let Solo on the mic more, it'll definitely fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because from what we saw in NXT and everything like that, when he was talking, he was not a bad talker at all.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Something could possibly change, but who knows? People are even wondering like Solo could be the one to turn on everything and not be one of the actual Usos. It's Solo that's the one that's gonna turn and fuck everything up for the bloodline. Who knows? But something's happening with Solo because from my knowledge, he doesn't really do the ones all that often. He just has his arms crossed,
Yeah.
and if anything, he's just there. He's standing there. He's with the bloodline, but he's not really doing the bloodline stuff. And he never wears any bloodline merch. Never. He's just Solo. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows what can
Does he?
happen?
What does his merch usually say? Does he? I can never get a good look at it.
I thought he was still wearing the Street Champ stuff, but maybe that's just
Mm,
maybe I'm getting that wrong.
he might be, but yeah, I could never like get a good
Or
look
he could
at it.
possibly do, or they possibly have like info stuff for him because he's the
Oh, it
enforcer.
might be enforcer stuff. Yeah.
So so the first matchup that we have here tonight, was was a non-title match between Damage Control's Bailey and Dakota taking on Raquel and Liv, and it wasn't bad by any means.
Not at all. Not
Um,
at all.
it's just that I mean, like, yeah, I love all these women in the ring right now, but
Hmm.
as we're getting closer to WWE Backlash with none of these people going to be in a match, like the tag team titles aren't even on the line at Backlash from what I know. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, this is just a nice filler until we get to round two. But Bailey and Dakota won, which I'm like, okay, interesting. Are we really gonna go for those tag team titles again with Damage Control when they're already teased to be broken up? I don't know, man. I don't know because they're on Raw. They're on SmackDown now, while Liv and Raquel are on Raw. I know I'm skipping ahead rounds here, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
But
And that's the thing too with the women's tag titles being like not exclusive to one brand. It it does kind of give a notion that with this win over Liv and Raquel, like could Bailey and Coda be next in line? Because we've seen Coda and Io, but not Coda and Bailey.
yeah. And honestly, I'm fine with the women's tag team titles being able to float between both shows, but that's also what should happen with the men's tag team titles.
Hmm.
We should have one set of men's tag team titles that can float between Raw and SmackDown. That was the whole point of the women's tag team titles. When I saw the introduction of the NXT women's tag team titles, I'm like, why? The women's tag team championship for WWE was so that it could float between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. That's what they said when they introduced the titles. And then they made NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, and I'm like, why? That's not supposed to be a thing. You can't just go back on your own rulings, but WWE does that 24/7. It's
Oh,
it is what it
yes.
is, but I mean, we'll figure things out. Bailey basically blind tagged in. Morgan hit Kai with an oblivion. Kai just legitimately sold it like that. She drove her head into the canvas
How do I?
on the oblivion.
I'm
And
glad you noticed that too, because that shit, I was like, Jesus
she
Christ.
legitimately just drove her head into it like a DDT. And I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to be, but okay.
I feel like that's how it should be.
It should be like
I
that.
like
Like
that way better.
the way that she sold it, I'm like, all right, at least you're making it look cool. Um, considering it's basically just a rope bound, like a rope rebounded STO. But I mean, she
Because the way
just
everyone
sold
else
it like
sells it, it
that.
just looks like a rope rebound roll up. And I hate
Yeah,
that.
she like they slapped the mat first and not actually have the head go to the mat. But I mean, she legitimately spiked herself, which is interesting. And then Bailey just rolled up Liv for the win. Um, and that was it. So they beat the tag team champions, but it was not for the tag team titles. Um, and then we got to round two, or so we thought, because oh wait, no, we were getting to round two. We got to round two. The Brock Lesnar thing didn't happen until I think like round three or four or whatever. But we got to round two now, and round two consisted of Booker T and Queen Charmel, I should say, uh, being the presenters. SmackDown picked the Usos. I don't know why the Usos were just completely separate. I don't know if I just missed something when it came to that, but the whole bloodline is on SmackDown. There we go. Um, the Judgment Day, all of Judgment Day, or the rest of it, I should say, um, were drafted to Raw. So all of Judgment Day is fully on Raw. There we go. All of LWO, Ray, Zelina, and uh Legado del Fantasma and Escobar, Cruz, and Del Toro. Oh well, Cruz and Del Toro. That's the same person. Cruz and Wild are all on SmackDown. So the entirety of LWO. So there's that. And then the final uh oh wait, no. I did this wrong. The tag team champions were announced first, then the Usos, then the Judgment Day, and then LWO. Okay, my bad. Um, so I mean, tag team champions on Raw, but they're still unified. So who knows what happens there? And then the rest, it's cool. I think they all kind of just stayed on their normal shows. Yeah, yeah. Everybody basically stayed on their normal shows in this round.
Oh, yeah. And But yeah, not many surprises or anything. But
LWO stayed on SmackDown. Judgment Day stayed on Raw. Tag Team Champions stayed on SmackDown. Well, they went to Raw, but the Usos stayed on SmackDown. So nothing really happened here. When it came to changing of anything. Um, so yeah, this was not a surprising round by any means. And then we got to a tag team match between Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Alpha Academy with Maxine Dupree. Now, Maxine Dupree doesn't usually follow these guys around. Yeah, sure, she's getting a little bit into Otis real quick, but she's not usually a manager of the Alpha Academy. So I don't know if they're doing something with that, or she's
if
just really,
so,
being with
I
Otis.
like it.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I mean, sure, she possibly could just be getting closer to Otis, but I mean, if she's
Hmm.
just with the Alpha Academy now, I'm okay. It's not too bad. So, um, I mean, that being said, they lost again. I'm so sick and tired of Alpha Academy losing. I love these guys, and they continue to lose. Um, but it's Braun and Ricochet, so I mean,
Mm.
it's. I mean, they were gonna win. It, Ricochet hit Otis with a swanton bomb from Braun Strowman's shoulders and got the win. Um, so there we go with that. But yeah, I just want the Alpha Academy to be something, man. Dude, they're so good. They are so good, especially Gable, and he continues to lose.
Him.
I
He
want
needs
this
to be
thing.
in the world title tournament too.
He needs to just be separate. I love him. I love his pairing with Otis, but man, if there was any team that I actually kind of wanted to see split up in the draft, it's this guy. I
That's
need him to
totally
be a
fair.
solo act, bro. Like I love the Alpha Academy, but they have been losing ever since like their existence. They should have been tag team champions already. If they were going to be a tag team, they should have been tag team champions at least once.
It's weird that they.
But if
I,
not,
I think
they got a tag team title opportunity, but they never won the title.
that's wild. Uh, that's wild. Because that a team of that caliber to never win the tag titles, that's insanely insane.
I know, but it's true. I mean, wait, they, wait, when did they win those tag team titles? I'm looking up their tag team name right now, and they said that they won those tag team titles. When?
Was it during? Oh, it was during that. It was right before they unified the titles because it was a time when they had the Profits, Hot Potato with RK Bro in them.
Huh?
Because I think they were
Wait.
champs when Randy hit that RKO on Gable when he was doing that moonsault.
Okay, maybe they were okay. January
Okay,
10th, 2022. They held it for 56 days. That's
damn.
why I don't remember it because it was so short. It was such a short reign. RK Bro beat them on March 7th on Monday Night Raw. Okay. Okay. Um I could have sworn they weren't tag team champions. The way that they have been booked, you would not think of them as tag team champions, but they were, I guess. That's my bad. That's my bad. Um but yeah, they're going to be fine. It's just that I mean, Ricochet and Braun Strowman, they were going to win this thing here. So we then got to round 3. And this is where the Brock Lesnar thing happened, man. And Brock Lesnar, he's just, you know what? Fuck you guys. We're not doing the draft. This is my time.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar wants to do, and he just says, "Yeah, you know what, Cody, get your ass out here." Um, Cody obliges. He doesn't actually go through the ramp like he usually does. He comes from the crowd and from behind Brock and kicks off his cowboy hat and says, "I'm going to have to make you earn this." Cody Rhodes just went rogue tonight, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm going to kick Lesnar's head in."
When he hit him with that right hook and Lesnar went down, I was so happy. I was like, let's fucking go. This is what I've been needing. Somebody to put Lesnar in his fucking place. And that person is Cody goddamn Rhodes.
So, Lesnar got in the ring and loudly, uh, and looks coldly into the camera. Lesnar asked Fort Worth, "How does it feel to be, surrounded by a real cowboy, being the only cowboy in the entire state?" Um,
Fuck him.
Adam Pearce came. Adam Pearce came back and said, "Listen, Brock, with all due respect, you need to get out of the ring. Um, we're doing the WWE Draft tonight, and you know this is a very big day. So listen, if you're not gonna leave the ring, my gentleman will help you leave the ring." I was just like, dude, there's gonna be there's you're gonna have to do and use a lot more security guards than to get me out of the ring. Okay. Um, then about 20 other security guards come out of nowhere, and there's like at least 30 out there, you know, just ready for Brock. And then out of nowhere, we hear wrestling has more than one royal family, and Cody comes from behind and attacks Brock. and and I mean, Rose gets through to Rose, but he could not get any further um as the security were trying to hold him back. Rose connected with a stiff shot, and Lesnar's nose was revealed to be cut and bleeding a little bit. Rhodes shouts, "Make me earn it." And that's how that segment went off the air. Lesnar Cody happens at Backlash. I legitimately don't know who fucking wins this thing, and I really like just at the end of the day, it's going to be something to witness because it's Brock Lesnar, it's Cody Rhodes. Cody honestly needs this, but Brock, I mean, it's fucking Brock Lesnar, so who knows what is happening? Um, if they're going John Cena route, Cody wins. If he wants adversity, Brock could honestly win this thing. Who knows?
Mm.
It is what it is. I don't know how to feel. Oh yeah, and by the way, the solid explanation is that Brock was pissed off at Cody that he got the main event when Brock had the first match at WrestleMania. Or not first, or whatever he was on the card that night. So, yeah,
Yeah, he was. Opening
that's your
night.
story.
Opening of night 2.
That's your story. He's like, yeah, you don't have me open the show. You either open or close, Brock, and you weren't closing, so that's your story. Um, but yeah, I don't know who fucking wins this thing, but at the end of the day, it's happening in San Juan, um, Puerto Rico. So there you go.
Me personally, I'd have Cody win it.
You should win this.
Mm.
It didn't make sense, but I mean, who knows? Um, Then Shawn Michaels comes out and he's like, all right, can we do this again? Can we do this now? Uh, Adam Pearce, you coming? No? Okay. I guess I'm gonna read both cards. I don't think Shawn knew what the hell to do there, so he's like, okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to read both. Um, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions were drafted to Monday Night Raw, and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Then Asuka was drafted to SmackDown. Great choice. Great choice. Great destination for her. Great change of scenery. Good stuff there for SmackDown when it comes to Asuka. I
And
like
now
that
she just
pick.
needs to turn heel. That's it.
Yes,
Turn heel and let her
legitimately
wreck
heel.
house.
We need we need Kana that actually has a heel turn, not Kana, not Asuka with the new white and blue face paint. No, Kana, please. New Day and Xavier and Kofi drafted to Raw. We haven't had the New Day on Raw in quite some time, actually, so this was pretty shocking. And then the Brawling Brutes of Sheamus, Ridge, and Butch stayed on Friday nights. Okay. I mean, I'm not too mad at Sheamus staying on SmackDown. I'm just saying, it's like that they stay
Yeah.
on SmackDown. It's cool with me.
I would have had him on Raw just because, all the Europeans are already going to Raw. So I figured,
True.
hey, might as well throw the others in there too. Have it be a fucking
Okay,
strong style show.
this might be a little bit of I don't know how people probably feel about this, but let's say if Grayson Waller is like a US champion or at some point one another. What if we ever had Sheamus versus Waller?
That would be interesting.
It would be interesting because I mean, hell, their backgrounds going at it, those two styles of something, that uh, no pun intended, because a part of the brawling Bruce, but that brawling like style of Sheamus, and then this type of style that Grayson has. I mean, who knows? It could be a different kind of matchup for him, and honestly, I'd kind of like to see what would happen. So who knows?
Oh yeah. Imagine that rolling thunder stunner into the bro kick.
He does the rolling and then automatically gets
Wow.
bro kicked when he stands up.
Yeah, that'd be some shit right there.
Some stuff could happen. There's so many possibilities with the SmackDown roster. I legitimately, bro, deleted my universe mode today that I'm doing off camera and not on stream.
Hmm.
I'm putting these Raw and SmackDown rosters into the game, and I'm making it like legit universe mode with everything
Mm.
just to play out some of this stuff, man, because SmackDown is gonna be so much fun to play.
Oh yeah, that roster's fucking insane.
It sucks that I have to add like 20 other people because of Raw talk, but I mean, 20 other people to there too, but it's okay. And I don't even think Odyssey Jones is on 2K23, so I'm gonna have to download him.
Yeah, unfortunately he's not there. Travesty.
So, the Undisputed Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are backstage with Matt Riddle as they are about to walk him out. Riddle is excited to be drafted to Raw with them so that they can all continue to hang out. On Saturday, they'll be beating up the Bloodline, but tonight Riddle will take on Jimmy Uso. Riddle's music hits and he leaves for the ring, and Owens is like, "Dude, can we go back to SmackDown, please? He always wants to hang out with us." Please, I want to request a trade. Kenny's like, get out there, go. And he's like, ah. Sammy's like, just, I get that, just go. Owens is not happy with Riddle at all.
I'm telling you, he's gonna turn heel soon.
Owens is just not happy with Riddle.
He and Sammy
with
are gonna
anything.
turn heel, and Randy's gonna come back to help Riddle.
He's like, dude, he always wants to hang out with us.
He
It's like
always wants to hang out with us.
It's like that friend that just always wants to hang out. And it's like, bro, do your own thing, please. Yeah. You don't always have to hang. Matt Riddle versus Jimmy Uso, not a bad match. Not a bad match whatsoever. Honestly, this was probably one of the best matches of the entire night. We had another tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Kevin Owens played dead, basically, while Sami Zayn tossed a steel chair to Jay, and he got the referee's attention and saying, "Hey, listen, ref, he attacked my tag team partner here. You're gonna do something about it?" He's like, "Wait, did you do? You're out of here."
I was like, bro, what the fuck does it matter if he did? He's not like, they're not legal competitors in the match. What does it matter?
And I'm like, "Yep, nope, you're out of here."
I was like,
Okay.
bro, this ref is ass.
So, with that being said, with everything going down that way, Jimmy was trying to take off a turnbuckle. When he did, Owens bounced Jimmy's head off that exposed turnbuckle. Riddle hit a flying knee to Jimmy, and then he hit a floating bro to pick up the win. 1, 2, 3, and Riddle pinned Jimmy Uso. I always try to think as like, oh yeah, he pinned one half of the tag team champions. They're not tag team champions anymore. I gotta get used to that. But yeah, Riddle beat Jimmy. Not bad here. Honestly, a very good match here with Riddle and Jimmy. Riddle always has good matches. I don't know why people always just sleep on him. He's awesome in the ring. He may be a little bit too high at times, but he's awesome in the ring, and he continues to elevate himself. So I'm cool with him being here.
Yeah.
So, then we had a backstage segment with Bianca Belair. She's like, listen, I don't care if I'm on Raw. I don't care if I'm on SmackDown. If I'm just holding a championship and I'm representing WWE the best way I can, Damage Control comes out. Io Sky yells in Japanese. And Bianca's like, yeah, no, don't translate. I understand her. We understand each other quite well. And then that was it. I love both of these two. I do. I really hope. I hope Io can legitimately break away from Damage Control. I do. I want them to break away from each other because Io is that. She is that damn good, and I want her to win Money in the Bank. But the only way they can do that is if they are away from each other. Io Sky needs to be away. I hope it happens.
I really liked how when Coda tried to translate, Bianca was like, no, we understand each other perfectly. I was like, ooh. Also, it's kind of like a little callback to when they were both heel in NXT. And EL starts going off in Japanese. And then Bianca's like, yeah, what she said. I was like, well
yeah. So, we then got word that Brock Lesnar is a free agent and that he can appear on both Raw and SmackDown whenever he wants. Everybody is a free agent on draft night. Doesn't anybody understand that?
Yeah.
I don't care. It's the free agent tag is legitimately just a tool so that the bigger attraction superstars can just appear whenever they want. If
If you
anything,
think
Roman should
about
be a
it,
free agent.
yeah. If you think about it, that whole thing makes no sense. Because imagine it's the NFL, you're telling me I'm getting paid to not be on a team. I can join any team I want, anytime I want. I can play
Yeah.
for the Saints this week and then play for the Cowboys 2 weeks later, and then play for the Texans the next week. Come on now.
If
Come on.
anything, if you're doing that right there, you're having all the big attractions just show up on Raw and SmackDown whenever they want. Roman should be a free agent.
Mm. But why do
Because he
they have
shows
to
up on
do
Raw and
that?
SmackDown whenever he wants
Because
anyway.
Roman has both titles and barely shows up. But
I
why
know he
is
has a
that? Because
championship,
the
bro, but I
people
mean,
that
come
run the
on now.
show made the bright ass decision of giving him both titles instead of just splitting the titles up before Mania 39. Have Cody beat him for the WWE title. But no, that'd be too easy. Sometimes the easy way is the best way. Because then Roman can still hit 1,000 days. Cody gets his win and the title and beats Roman. But Roman still looks strong because he still
Yeah,
has the Universal title. And the Usos would have still lost.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. That it. Sometimes if people legitimately just
That's right,
use their
Michael. Shout
noggin
out
half
that
the
boy
time,
Odyssey
it would actually
Jones.
make sense.
Mm.
Odyssey Jones getting drafted. That's right, Michael. Hell yeah. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in just a few. Um, so Paul Heyman is talking to Solo, preparing him for his match with Seth Rollins tonight. Jay comes in to ask his brother, why his brother wasn't at ringside tonight. Sokoa turns to him, but Heyman holds him back and says, "Listen, hey, we're trying to keep Solo uh, concentrated for his assignment tonight when he takes on Seth Rollins." Um, he's like, "Listen, I know you probably just want the room, so Solo and I will go over here, and we will have our discussion elsewhere. But the Tribal Chief loves you. He loves you. We're the
I
ones."
was like,
And then,
I was like, what?
and I'm like, "Okay, sure."
One more time and I'll actually believe you, Paul.
So, so then we had the next round, and it was Eric Bischoff and RVD. I feel like Eric Bischoff works for WWE and AEW because the guy shows up on both.
Yeah, it's
He shows up
wild.
a lot more on WWE programming, but he did show up for AEW at one point.
See, that's a free agent.
That's a free agent. You're not contracted both. You're not contracted to either company, but you show up. So the first Monday Night Raw pick was Trish Stratus. Now, I mean, okay, sure. So she just stays. Cool.
Nah, here's what people don't
The next
realize.
pick,
They wouldn't draft her unless she's getting ready for a run. Because if
yeah,
she's just here for the Becky thing and gone, there's no point in drafting her. She'd just be listed as a free agent. She's getting ready for an actual run. I guarantee it. And
yeah.
people gonna be pissed, but I'm ready.
So the next pick was Karrion Cross and Scarlett going to SmackDown, and I was actually very bummed out about this. Very bummed out because I wanted him on Raw to be a part of that tournament. I did. Or in some sort of contention. But he stays on SmackDown, so hopefully we can see something when it comes to the US title. Maybe. Because he needs to get started going into like some kind of feuds with like meaningful people.
Yeah.
Not saying that Rey Mysterio and Shinsuke aren't meaningful, but you need to get him going.
Yeah, because after a while, if you're not going after anything important, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Then Ronda and Shayna were drafted to Raw. Okay.
Boo.
I don't care. I love Shayna. Shayna's great.
But fuck that bitch
I
with
like
her.
Shayna. Ronda,
Fuck that bitch.
she can kick rocks. I really don't care. And then LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
SmackDown. Which I'm also kind of bummed out about because I wanted him on Monday nights.
Yeah.
For the
Sad, yeah.
tournament. But no.
Yeah.
But honestly, him versus Austin Theory possibly in the future, I'm not minding that whatsoever. So either way, I was going to be fine with wherever he was going to go. It's just LA Knight's going to be wherever he is. Oh, I'm telling you right now, Michael, LA Knight with the US title is going to be cool. I'm just saying, imagine him in that world title tournament. Dude, would have been cool. Would have been cool as well. But Money in the Bank is something that he needs. Yes. But with him being on SmackDown, he's not cashing in on Roman. He's not. I don't know what they're doing with Money in the Bank, bro. I want LA Knight to win. But if Cody is still gonna go after Roman Reigns, the only things that I see Cody Rhodes doing is either Money in the Bank or the Rumble again. And we don't want the Rumble again.
No. I mean,
and he wasn't getting traded. Cody's not getting traded.
Yet, at least.
I don't see it happening. It's either Money in the Bank or the Rumble, and it's not the Rumble. We don't need the Rumble. If he does get traded, cool. That's the best possible scenario, honestly. But it's either Money in the Bank or the Rumble again. Because people forget to remember that Cody was also slated to win Money in the Bank last year before he got injured.
If only. That's why we got fucking Austin Theory. Fucking injuries.
And he cashed in on an open challenge and lost. So there you go.
His reasoning for cashing in was smart, but having him lose was dumb.
So we had a Miz TV segment with Nakamura. Basically they just did the tiny balls joke again, but this time in but this time in
Japanese. Ugh. I was like, what the? Fuck the neck.
I'm not even gonna go through the segment, bro, because it's nothing. It's nothing. You have Nakamura go into his first feud on Monday Night Raw with the fucking Miz. I'm not about it. I'm not.
Could be worse.
It could be. But what is worse right now than the Miz?
Akira Tozawa.
Okay, well, okay.
Baron Corbin.
I mean, meaningful people.
All the meaningful people are in storylines already.
They basically just called Miz tiny balls again. And when Miz tried to attack Nakamura hit him with the Kinshasa.
Mm.
So the first feud is always with the fucking Miz. Omos defeated Anthony Alanis. Who the fuck cares? I don't care about Omos. I don't care about this Anthony Alanis guy. He's probably just he's an enhancement talent from Texas. And that's it. I don't care about Omos. Get him off. Double chokeslam. Tree stomp for the win.
Mm.
I don't
Yeah, that
care about
segment was
Omos,
not.
bro. I don't care. We got the next round with Molly Holly and Road Dogg. So, Braun Strowman and Ricochet to Monday Night Raw. Shotzi to SmackDown. Bronson Reed to Monday Night Raw. And Pretty Deadly, the first NXT talent for this part of the draft, to SmackDown. Pretty Deadly to SmackDown, fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yes, boy.
I love it. I love Pretty Deadly. They got resurrected. They're on SmackDown. Great choice.
Am I losing it?
How much do we got left? Okay. Not too much. Actually, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, we have a shit ton. Okay. Okay, so Pretty Deadly going to SmackDown. I love it. I just want to reiterate that again. And then we got to the Judgment Day. Judgment Day made their entrance, and they're getting ready for the 6-person mixed tag team match. Dominik Mysterio, fucking amazing heel. I want you to put some fucking respect on his name. People in the
Mm-hmm.
comments, people out there in the wrestling world, the man deserves so much respect for what the heel heat he is getting right now. Every heel in the every heel in the fucking business right now, not just WWE, but across the fucking wrestling landscape, should want heel heat like Dominik Mysterio.
It's a thing. He didn't even. He didn't even get out a good 2 words before they started booing him to Kingdom Come.
Yes. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. The man, like, I was not too keen on Dominic being a heel at first, right? I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can go back into these episodes. You guys know I was not too keen on Dominic being a heel because I just did not think it was going to work. But holy shit, has he made this his own and actually make it work for him. He's so good. Dude, I had to say this too, because this is something a lot of people don't really get at this stage of their careers. The timing of everything when it comes to promos and pauses and waiting for people to give their reaction before they do something. That is something you learn and develop honestly as you go. From talking to independent wrestlers that I have talked to here in CT and everything like that. Like, that is something you learn. He is at this stage of his career and he is already this good at it.
Facts.
Like, dude. What? The guy is so good. There's nothing more to say. Oh, and the
Only
crowd
thing I can say.
obviously did the thing too.
Oh yeah, they booed the fuck out of him. I do
Yeah.
kind of wish Judgment Day was on SmackDown because I want Dom to go after that U.S. title. Because let's be honest, he's not. No one's getting it off of Gunther anytime soon.
People are saying that Dominik should be in the world title tournament.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it, but obviously he's not gonna win
I
it.
wouldn't be mad at it, but I don't think he's ready for that spotlight yet. I mean, I
Yeah.
love him, but I mean, dude, if anybody from the Judgment Day should be in that world title tournament, it's only two people, and that is Damian or Finn. That's it.
Mhm.
And I say Damian because he is so good at what he does. A lot of people have him being overshadowed. And he has been overshadowed as of late. Up until recently when he just continued to just be a fucking badass to Priest. Not to
Mhm.
Priest, to Bunny. I,
Damian
there's
finna shine in
so much.
Backlash. Oh, yeah. Damian definitely about to shine in Backlash. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For
Now the
sure.
question is, who wins that?
I have Bunny. I do, mainly because I mean, it's not just because of the whole celebrity thing, but I mean, he's hosting the thing. It's Puerto Rico. It's legitimately like what they're building this around for him. I have him winning, but if Damian wins, I'm not mad.
Mm.
Whatever happens, it's going to be a great match regardless, and I'm going to
Oh
be
yeah, for
happy for
sure.
both of them. I'm going to be happy for both of them because this is well deserving for both men. So I'm cool with this. So he demands the crown to rise for the Judgment Day, this priest.
Mhm.
And he says that they're staying here united on Monday Night Raw. He tells them to all rise for the first overall draft pick this evening, their champion, Rhea Ripley. Rhea gets a huge ovation. Ripley laughs and says, listen, there's no doubt who was going to be the first pick for the show. Mommy is always on top. Okay. I know people took that in different ways. Come on.
Hey, I ain't got a problem with it being on top.
And I knew exactly where people were gonna go with that. She says this Saturday at Backlash, Zelina Vega is going to regret everything that she has done on SmackDown when she pretzels her and maintains as the dominant champion within the WWE. Finn Balor says that Ripley is going to flick Vega down. Balor then says, Okay. Balor has some bad news for Bad Bunny because Priest is going to leave uh fluffy pieces of him all around Puerto Rico. Priest then says that he wants Bad Bunny. Uh, my phone is just fucking up right now. Hold on.
Oh,
It's just like refreshing the page when it doesn't even need to. Um,
I got you.
so Priest says that he wants Bad Bunny to listen to the words very carefully of what he is about to say because he's choosing them very carefully. Priest shouts in Spanish, so I have no idea what he said. Um, I I took Spanish class for 4 years. You think I learned anything? No, no. I don't know what he said, but he said in this ring he is a star. Bad Bunny will have all of his family and friends, but Priest will take him out in Puerto Rico. Priest then again spoke in English and said that Bad Bunny will receive the punishment of a lifetime at Backlash. Then Dominik, um, then Dominik on the mic, and at this point in time, the crowd just decided to hijack this entire show. They're like, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna have we're not gonna have Dominik speak at all,
Yeah.
not at all." Um, so he basically could not even get a word out. He's trying to say, "Listen, um." So he tries to speak. The crowd loudly interrupts him, and a massive thing of boos. Mysterio is getting booed out of the building at this point. He tries to speak, but the boos continue to get louder and louder and louder. "You suck" chants happen. Mysterio tries to speak again, but the crowd cuts him off for a third time. Mysterio says he can't wait until mommy. Then the crowd gets louder and louder. Um, and and then it's incredible heat all around. If you have not seen this segment, you just have to watch it because it's there. Um, it's everything that you want for a heel heat and more. Um, Mysterio quickly shouts that he can't wait for Mommy and Priest to dominate at Backlash. The boos continue to be deafening. You suck chant. It dies down again, and then he puts the microphone to his mouth again, and Mysterio says that they're gonna dominate Zelina, Santos, and his deadbeat dad again tonight. This is the last night where they're going to embarrass all of them, and they can run away and hide on Friday nights. Dominic's just fantastic. That's all.
Okay.
That's it. Um, LWO comes out. Ray says, "Listen, we're not hiding. We got drafted to compete on Friday nights. That's how the draft works." So, I'm happy that I'm not going to be on the same brand as you, because, um, if Dominic thought getting whooped with a belt at WrestleMania was bad, if they stayed on the same brand, they'd have
Yeah.
brought out
I got you. La chancla.
they would bring out something. Yes, yes.
La chancla.
Whatever that is, I don't know what
It's
that
basically a
is.
flip flop. It's basically a flip flop. Hispanic
Oh,
mothers
okay.
use it as basically let their kids know, hey, stop fucking up, or I'm gonna hit you with la chancla. I'm gonna hit you with the flip flop, and they have impeccable
Okay.
aim with that shit.
All right. Okay. Then the Judgment Day is going to get beat by the LWO. Um 6-person mixed tag team match, not bad whatsoever. Honestly, a very, very good 6-person tag team match. The Judgment Day pick up the win. And I know a lot of people are kind of like, all right, what good is the LWO if they continue to lose all the time? And I get that. I get that. I do. But d- Ray, come on. You're not going to have your SmackDown Women's Champion lose. Now, logic dictates when it comes to WWE programming, if the champion stands tall at the end of the go home show, they could possibly lose. That's not happening this time. That's not happening this time. Rhea's going to win. She has to. But I would be ecstatic if somehow Zelina was able to pick up the win here. I don't think it's happening at all. But that would be fucking insane. And I would love that for her. I don't know.
I mean, no.
It's not happening, bro. I'm sorry. I would love it, but it's not happening.
No, why the fuck did she answer it? What the fuck?
Huh? Okay, so what did we have here? I skipped something. We had the Raw Women's Championship Bianca Belair segment after this match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I brought it up earlier,
Oh,
but yeah.
well,
It was after the 6-person tag. My bad. So we can just skip that part. That's my bad. Um we then had the next round of people being drafted by JBL and Teddy Long. Teddy Long was actually doing SmackDown. He was
as he
actually
should,
doing Friday Night SmackDown. When the last time when he was on SmackDown, he did the Monday Night Raw draft picks.
for whatever
So
reason.
I I don't know. But we had Alpha Academy go to Raw. Boogs go to SmackDown. Katana Chance and Caden Carter, and I'm going to fucking have a conniption here, to Raw, which is great. But there's a
But
fucking problem. There's a fucking problem, and I'll get to it. And then Cameron Grimes finally, after being called up to the main roster for like months now, is legitimately called up, and he is going to SmackDown, which is great. Now, to the fucking issue that I have with this. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter are going after the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships tomorrow on NXT. Technically tonight. Now, I thought they were going to win those tag team titles because I did not think they were going to get called up. Now they're called up. So whoever wins that tag team title match tonight on NXT will bring the NXT tag team titles to Monday Night Raw. Why the fuck are we doing this? Why? Can somebody legitimately explain to me why this is happening?
nope.
Like, if you were going to call up these two tag teams, why have them be tag team champions?
They're planning something. They have to be. Like there's got they must be unifying these titles or something. See, and if they do, to me that's stupid. Why have them win it just to relinquish it?
Like, here's the thing, and I've said this on many occasions. The whole purpose of the women's tag team championships in the WWE, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, was so that it could flip between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT because there was not enough tag teams on those two separate shows to warrant a tag team division. So they added NXT to the mix and said, all right, you guys can flip between three brands. And then they said, fuck it. We're going to create
Mm.
NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. And I'm like, why? Why? Because the whole point was to flip between the three brands. And now the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships are going to Monday Night Raw, regardless who wins tonight.
Yeah.
The NXT Women's Tag Team Championships should have never been established. The Tag Team Championships for the women should have never been established because there's not enough teams. Now they're trying to focus on the tag team division because they're actually drafting teams to Monday Night Raw. Cool. But when you're putting two championships on the same brand, then we're going to have an issue. And now people are saying, all right, well, here's the thing. This is going to be an easy choice because now we have two sets of tag team titles on the main roster. One can be happening on Raw and one can be happening on SmackDown. No! That's not how it was supposed to be. And how many tag teams do we have in the women's division to constitute two separate sets of tag team titles for the women?
I don't think we have nowhere near
We
enough
don't
for that.
have any. Bro. I don't get it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I can't be the only one that thinks that this is illogical. Well, TJ actually knows what he's talking about too. He knows that this is a problem. We can't be the only ones that think this. Is anybody else bringing up this point?
Not that I've seen.
We'll find out on Tuesday. We'll find out tonight on NXT what happens. Because, dude, it's a freaking problem. Then we had the main event of Solo and Rollins. From what I could tell, it wasn't bad. From what I saw. Because what I saw was very quick. Because as soon as I came back from the kitchen, I saw Alaska on my screen. I saw people hiking in Alaska. So whatever happened, happened.
I mean, the match itself, it went like, I want to say close to 10 maybe minutes, but the brawl that happened afterwards ended hella abruptly.
I saw Alaska on my screen when I came back into the room. So who knows what happened? I really don't. I don't know what happened, but I'll read it to you guys.
Mm.
um, so I mean, Seth won by DQ. Um, so from what I see here, Sikoa pulled Rollins to his feet, and Rollins slapped him in the face. Rollins laughs and shouts, and apparently this is a quote here: "Come on, big boy, is this all
Hmm.
you've got, or are you just Roman's little bitch?"
Correct.
Sikoa then hits a spinning solo before mounting him and punching him away. Pause. The referee then warns Solo. Uh, Rollins then rolls out of the ring so Sikoa can follow him. Rollins then gets the better of him and gets him back into the ring. Rollins then gains some momentum before the Usos run down and calls a DQ. Then the tag team champions Kevin and Sammy and Matt Riddle come out to immediately help Rollins out. The massive brawl breaks out. Corey Graves is in mid-sentence when the show just completely goes off the air, and we have no idea what the fuck was supposed to happen at the end of the show. Other than that, so there we go. That's what happened. And then I saw Alaska on my screen, and I'm like, all right, now we get to see some people hike in Alaska.
Correct.
But then I turned Raw Talk on, and we got some more draft picks, which we will go over before we get the hell out of here. This is not going to be like a long segment. We're just going to read off the names and talk about those people going to that show. And I do have the full list right here. So we will get into those names. So without further ado, let's get into it. Monday Night Raw on Raw Talk got the following people: Dana Brooke, Nikki Cross, Johnny Gargano, Los Lotharios, Akira Tozawa, Piper Niven, Xia Li, Tegan Knox, Emma, Madcap Moss, or Riddick Moss now, I think is what his name is now, Indus Sher from NXT, so that's Jinder, Veer, and Sangha. And then NXT call up again, Odyssey Jones. Fantastic NXT call ups. I love that for Raw. And then other than that, okay picks. Okay picks.
Phil.
I wanted Gargano on SmackDown, though. Not
Phil.
gonna lie.
Did you just not mention the biggest draft pick of the night?
I was just doing Raw for right now, but I will get
Oh,
to SmackDown.
I was about to say. I was like,
Because SmackDown, guys, SmackDown did not get as many picks as Raw. SmackDown only got 2. So be prepared.
Yeah.
SmackDown got Tamina. I mean, nobody's
Nobody's
meaner
meaner
than Tamina.
than Tamina. Shout out
Nobody's
Simon
meaner
Miller.
than Tamina. So, I mean, there's that. But the fucking best pick of the night. Best pick on Monday Night Raw. Yes, I'm picking up my microphone. Look at this shit. I got myself an actual mic. Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller.
To Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah.
Fucking W.
SmackDown is so fucking lit. I love everything about SmackDown, man. Grayson fucking Waller, man. I love it. I love it, man. Grayson fucking Waller
Mm.
to SmackDown. All those rests to Monday Night Raw. Not a bad draft all around, right? But with the NXT call-ups, the rest of the shows going down, the draft is not really taken into effect until next Monday's Raw and next SmackDown. I'm ready for these rosters, man. I really hope this actually shake things up a bit.
Yeah, they better not just fall back on their old ways and make this whole shit mean nothing.
Now, I do want to reiterate when it comes to the women's divisions here. We have a little bit of an uneven women's division here when it comes to Raw and SmackDown, but hopefully that's not going to be too bad. We have 16 women on Monday Night Raw, and Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Indy Hartwell, Natalia, Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, Valhalla, Katana Chance, Kate, and Maxine Dupree. Maxine doesn't really wrestle, but she's on the women's roster. And then for SmackDown, that's 16 women. 15 if you're not counting the valet and Maxine. Now for SmackDown, we have Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Asuka, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, uh, Zelina Vega, Mia Yim, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Shotzi, Lacey Evans, Scarlett, who is basically a valet, and BFAB, who is a valet. So that's 13 women.
Mm.
Basically 11 if you're not counting the valets. I don't know how to feel about these women's rosters, but hopefully something can happen. And we can revive something. I don't know how to feel. Because only 11 people on SmackDown. I don't know.
That.
And then 15 women on Raw. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not too worried about it because I think it should be fine.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? But I mean, I just wanted to reiterate stuff when it comes to the women's division because I mean, there could be something when it comes to that.
And we know they don't have the best track record with their women's division.
Right. Now, I do kind of want to update this real quick because I wrote down all the undrafted people from tonight, but obviously the people that got drafted during Raw Talk, I gotta eliminate. So, all right, Tegan Knox, Emma Xylee. I don't think Elias was not. And Shelton, yeah. Well, Tharios was drafted, Akira Tozawa was drafted, Baron, and okay. So we still actually have some undrafted people on the roster, and that is Cedric and Shelton and Elias. Now, Elias is technically a free agent because he said that on Raw Talk tonight, which I don't understand why. He's not a big attraction, so him being on both Raw and SmackDown, I really don't care. But Cedric and Shelton are not drafted. But there were some more. But there was an NXT free agent that was announced as well, and that was Zion Quinn, which is interesting because I don't even. I don't. We haven't even really seen him on NXT
Yeah,
that often.
I've seen maybe
Zion
three,
Quinn
four
is a free
matches of
agent,
his.
and I love the look of Zion. Zion looks great. He looks cool. But is he ready for the main roster?
I don't
I,
think so. If you ask me, I
I don't
don't know.
know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know. like does he fit like a main roster type of look? Sure. Sure. But we haven't seen much of him. I don't know, man. This is something. So, with that being said, the free agents that WWE has, the big main attractions that can show up on Raw or SmackDown any given time, are Brock Lesnar, Omos, MVP, Mustafa Ali. I know Johnny's happy about that one.
Mhm.
Dolph Ziggler, Von Wagner, Baron Corbin, Cedric and Shelton, Zion Quinn, and Elias.
Mm.
Okay. Just put them on a brand. I really don't care. Honestly, I kind of like to see a lot of these people on SmackDown, but I know SmackDown's already stacked, so
Yeah.
um, I don't know. We'll figure things out as we go along. But that's the roster. um, but all right, guys, we're gonna get the hell out of here. WWE Draft is officially concluded, and the rosters will take next Monday and next Friday on SmackDown. Um, we'll see where things go. Other than that, Backlash is around the corner this Saturday. We'll get to our predictions on Thursday and figure things out before we go. And that's it.
Mhm.
If TJ does not have anything else to say, we're gonna get the hell out of here. Um, that's it.
Tune in this Thursday, May 4th. Did we decide a time? Sometime. Oh, we did. I think it was 9:30 Eastern for the GMO draft, main event players GMO draft. Yeah. So yeah. Good night, everybody. Good night, Phil. I'm gonna be honest, about to hit the Irish goodbye. So yeah,
All
I'm about to
right.
pass out. Mm.
All right. Peace. All right, guys. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless, and we will talk to you. Um, maybe sometime tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Have a good night, guys. Peace.